bringing you the news and information you need from the people making a difference. This is Comcast Newsmakers.
Well, I'm glad he could join us. Dan Rave is with us right now. He's a board member of the Child Care Coordinating Council of San Mateo County. A long title with a lot of important things that you're doing as a single parent. Is that why you got involved in the council?
You know, I had been a single parent at a portion of my life. I'm no longer one, but just to have an opportunity in my life to, I think it's so important to give back and try to make the time to do so. And having been through some of the struggles as a single parent, was able to find an organization that I think is just a tremendous resource to parents. So
yeah,
values.
Whether you're male or female, and you suddenly find yourself, taking care of kids, and you're the only parent there on a full-time basis. Sometimes it's difficult to know which way to turn. You don't have someone to bounce it off of.
Nope. And the resources definitely don't find their way to you. So you definitely need to be proactive, and to the extent that you can find a place that is able to guide you and where to go. As a parent, there's a lot of books, but there's really no learning manual. So you have to learn as you go.
It's not in the book, Dan.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
I can tell you that for sure. What kind of things are you doing in the council, and the council doing in general to help people?
Sure. So I'm a volunteer and a board member, and so I specifically get involved at the board level, but then at the committee level. So I have a finance background, and so I'll help the agency financially, and then do a lot of the strategic planning. And then beyond that, we'll get out and do some fundraising work out in the community with different associations, different groups.
Yeah. But what about a parent who comes in, as you
Sure.
were at one time, and says, I need some help. I'm working, and I've got my child in preschool, or all the many situations that people can find themselves in. What does the council do at that point?
So there are actually a tremendous amount of resources. We have really an ability to serve the whole socioeconomic continuum, if you will. If you're a parent who potentially does not have a lot of access to resources, we're actually able to subsidize either wholly or partially education and child care for kids. On the other end of the spectrum, if you are fortunate enough economically, we can still help you find and align a child care provider for you that's kind of lined up with your values. So it's really the full gamut of services for parents, for the providers themselves to enhance the integrity of what they do. Just a tremendous amount of resources.
Well, child care is a major issue, obviously.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
take
barriers to
care
entry.
of that child you love, boy or girl, or one or two or three of them, and still work full-time to support those kids.
Yep.
I mean, it's almost an impossible situation for many people.
It is.
If they don't have anybody to turn to.
Right. Living in the Bay Area, I mean, we all know how hard it is just from a housing standpoint. You throw in the cost of child care, and you find, especially if you're a single parent, but for many working couples, I mean, cost of entry to child care can really be the difference between working and not working. And, if you look at the big picture of where we're in economically right now, to the extent that there are people that could be working, contributing to the workforce, that want to work, that want to provide a great environment for their kids, and they can't because that cost of entry is really a barrier, we're able to kind of bridge that gap and really align with providers and city and county governments to do it. So,
and you bring up a good point, too. It can be a married couple.
Yeah,
and they
absolutely.
both have to work because it is so expensive, and people make that choice between full-time with a child or working.
Yep.
And there's an emotional problem dealing with that kind of thing.
Yep.
Yeah. Is there counseling available for people like
Sure.
that? Suggestions, and people come in and
it's the whole gamut. I mean, we have help for grandparents, how to be a great grandparent, how to be a good parent, what to look for in child care. And it's not necessarily just for parents. I would say the majority is for parents and for providers. But we actually support teachers as well. So if you potentially have an associate's degree and are looking to get to the bachelor's level, a bachelor's degree looking to get to the master's level, we understand how really underappreciated and underpaid teachers are. So we'll help subsidize that process.
Parents
as well.
are underpaid too sometimes. Dan Rave has been our guest, and he is a board member of the Child Care Coordinating Council of San Mateo County. How's your child doing?
Child's doing great.
Good.
Enjoying baseball.
Glad to hear it. Okay.
Thanks for having us.
All right. Thanks for watching.